Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Today, well, we're going to give away a reel. We're going to give away this Pinnacle reel. The reel is a pond-sized reel, a very small reel. If you watch my shorts, you know a little bit about this one. It's about a 500 size. It's the smallest type of a reel that's made, micro or ultralight type of a reel. This reel was made in Korea, and it was made for Pinnacle. Pinnacle is the brand. Has a single ball bearing in it up top here. Runs nice and smooth. Got a click going on there. Not quite sure what that is. It's something at the anti-reverse, I'm assuming, because when you trip that lever, it turns nice and free and easy. But this reel is perfect for bluegill and crappie and small pond fishing, or even small stream fishing. And we're going to give it away. Somebody gave it to me. I'm just going to pass it right along. Maybe somebody wants to take it apart and find out what that click is, or just fish it as it is. It's a great little reel. So what is Pinnacle, and what's the history behind a reel like this? Well, Pinnacle was a consortium. It was a group of tackle shops and owners, and it was partnered with Silster. And Silster has a history that goes back mostly in Europe, where there was a lot of independent tackle shops and resellers, small sporting goods stores and the like, that wanted brands that were quality manufactured brands that were bearing a resemblance to the more popular modeled reels made by, say, Penn or Daiwa or Shimano, but they wanted it at a value price and something that would represent their store well. And so they got together and they formed a consortium that went out to what are called trade reel manufacturers. And trade reel manufacturers, well, there's two versions of those. There's the no-name version. In other words, they work completely behind the scenes and only make reels for off-brand, but they make a quality product. And you'll see that a lot today. I call them Amazon reels, but there's a group of manufacturers, primarily today in China, that are along fishing row in places like Guangdong and that. And those folks, well, they have industry standard designs. They have the machinery, they have the equipment, they have the knowledge and know-all to build a good reel. And it usually will follow an industry standard design. So I'm sure if you open this one up inside, we have a main gear, driving a pinion gear that's got the bearing on it, a crosswind block below, an axle shaft that connects to that crosswind block, and rotation. It also has in this case, it has an anti-reverse override to it. But the industry standard design, it's a proven design, which means that if you're going to buy a reel like this, I call them store brands, if you will. If you're going to buy a store brand reel, typically the reel is going to be a decent reel. It's not going to be junk. Why? Because the reel has got the store's name on it. So if you go and you're looking in, say, Bass Pro or Cabela's and the like, and you're looking at a Bass Pro catfishing reel or a Cabela's Cat Striker or something like that, when you put your name on a product as a store brand, you want to make sure that the product that's representing your brand is a quality product. So don't necessarily shy away from the store brands that you see. That goes back a long way. Sears used to have a partnership with Ocean City that they would brand their reels with the Sears brand. And you could get an Ocean City reel. Here's an example of an Ocean City reel. This one's a pure Ocean City, but you can get almost the identical reel in a J.C. Higgins badging. And J.C. Higgins was the store brand for Sears in the 1950s. An interesting aside, Sears changed their branding from J.C. Higgins, who happened to be their sporting goods purchasing agent, over to Ted Williams around 1961. So you had a run there for a while where the reels that were badged by Sears were actually Ted Williams reels and not J.C. Higgins. J.C. Higgins is kind of like the Converse shoe salesman, right? That bears the name then. I forgot his name, Bob, whatever it is, that are the classics there. Well, at any rate, back to the Pinnacle reel and the Pinnacle story. Pinnacle was one of those groups. They were headquartered in South Carolina. I think they were right in the same building with Silster. I think you can probably still find Pinnacle Way in Columbia, South Carolina. That's where the building was. They were successful for quite a few years. They made not only they sold not only the spinning reels, they also had nice little bait casting reels as well. And over time, the market kind of evaporated for the trade reels, or they just weren't making a lot of money, or bait shops were closing. There's a lot of contributing factors to it. If you look, I believe they went out in 2009. 2009 was a financial crisis in this country. The stock market had dropped a lot. A lot of investors were pulling back on their funds. And, well, companies that weren't making a lot of money or losing money simply went out of business. And I think that's probably what happened to Pinnacle. I do think that there was a resurrection of this company's brand somewhere around 2014, but I can't confirm that. But somebody did tell me they came back briefly. And, well, you know, there's not a lot of money that they invest in this type of stuff. What you really are investing in is talent and human resources. Then you're investing in inventory and a sales staff to support the distribution of these products, because all of the manufacturing, the parts procurement, the design, the shipping and everything was done abroad. It was done by somebody else, and representing the all-in price came a Pinnacle reel. So all of that front-end stuff having to do with the manufacturer was not part of the Pinnacle brand. It was the back end. Just like Sears, Sears didn't make any reels, right? Sears had Ocean City make them. So until they arrived at the Sears loading dock with a J.C. Higgins badge on it, they didn't really have to worry about what was going on behind the scenes there, whether the design had issues, whether they had stumbling blocks with the manufacturer of them, supply chain shortages by today's language, any of that stuff. They avoided all of that. And so you were able to buy a store brand less expensively than if the store had gone out and made it themselves. Well, kind of enough for the history lessons. How do you win this reel? Well, simply enter a comment in your in the description page below that you would like to be entered into the drawing. We'll give this a couple of days, maybe no more than a week. We'll pull a drawing from all of the people that would like to be entered in it. And, well, we'll pick one out of a bucket, and this will go on to that person. And hopefully they'll put it to good use. If they can't, they'll find a kid or somebody that they can hand it to. The kid would be proud to fish it. This one comes with some light lined braid. Appears to be about 4 or 6 pound test. And that's all you need to do. Just drop a comment that says you would like to win it. And, well, I don't know. That must be the anti-reverse dog just clicking against that the key, the ratchet that is going to stop it. It's got the old style anti-reverse dog, I'm sure. That's why you got that override like that. But otherwise, a nice looking reel. I'm sure it's got plenty of fishing left in it. As I mentioned, it was given to me, so I'm going to give it on to somebody else, pass that along. Before I leave, I do want to take a moment to thank our first responders, our police, fire, safety, rescue, and everybody involved in keeping us out of harm's way. I want to wish everybody who would like to win this reel good luck, and I would like to wish everybody a great day. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have fun fishing.